Let's talk with Albert Clohawk. I chat, I sing, have lots of fun. I will talk to anyone. Let's talk with Albert Clohawk. That's me. Hello and welcome back to my show. It's series 3 of Let's Talk with Albert Clohawk. That's me. I'm your host, Albert Clohawk, and we're joined by a very, very, very special guest. He's one of Britain's finest character actors. He's a star of the stage and the screen. He's been nominated for lots of awards, and he's won lots. He also has an OBE. Please welcome my special guest, Timothy Spall.
Hello, Albert. Well, this is amazing. This is the highlight of my career. I mean, I've been interviewed by all the top people. I mean, I'm amazed. Jonathan Ross, Graham Norton, who else? Oh, Seth Meyers. Who else is Michael Parkinson? Now, he's from a long time ago, but he was like the daddy of them all. But now, Albert, I'm being interviewed by Albert. I'm astounded. I'm so honoured.
Thanks, Timothy. It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm a little bit starstruck having you on my show.
Oh, don't be silly.
Now, Tim, I'm going to start things off with a very tricky question. Are you ready?
Yes.
When you watch a movie, what's your favourite popcorn or snack?
I like Twiglets. Twiglets. How about you, Albert? What do you like the most to eat when you're watching?
Well, I love popcorn. My favourite is sweet and salty. I just like the salt.
Really? Oh, that sounds pretty good, yeah.
Now, Timothy, you've acted in many things over the years, most of which I haven't seen. My daddy says you're one of his favourite actors. This is why the interview is special for me. But I want to ask you about Harry Potter. How much fun was it making those movies?
Harry Potter, yes. Well, it was a lot of fun, actually. It was a lot of fun, Albert, yeah. And there were so many different people there every day, all in different costumes, funny costumes, and weird noses and funny eyeballs, and turned into pixies and all sorts of wonderful things. It was really good.
Oh, that sounds cool. Do you have any funny stories about the filming?
Funny stories? Well, yeah, I mean, apart from everything being quite peculiar, my granddaughter, who's now 18, but when she was your age, she came to visit me on the set, and she really loved Harry Potter. She came, and she was looking forward to it, and she came into my caravan where I was, and she was really frightened because she saw me dressed up as Peter Pettigrew and was terrified. Yeah, and then she met Daniel Radcliffe playing Harry Potter, and he had strange makeup on. So, she was terrified of him as well. But in the end, she had a lovely time, and she went and looked around the set and everything. But in the end, all was well. So great, yeah.
Did you read any of the books before you had the role?
No, Albert, I hadn't read the books, but my youngest daughter, had read them, and lots of people I knew had read them. So when I asked about them, I said, "What's this thing, Harry Potter?" and told them who they wanted me to play. They said, "I've got to play it." So there we are. That's what was my daughter told me what to do, and I had to do it. She was my Harry Potter expert. Now, have you read any of the books, Albert?
Well, my daddy read the first book, and I loved it. We then watched the film, and I loved that too.
All right.
I've seen a few of the films now. Well, look away at the scary bits. We're reading Roald Dahl stories, and I really, really like them. Going back to Harry Potter, how do you pick the character of Peter Pettigrew?
Well, how did I create the character of Peter Pettigrew? Well, when I read it, I liked him. I know he was quite an unpleasant, quite nasty fella, but I thought, actually, he's kind of weak. You know, he's like a weak fellow. Everybody bullied him when he was little, and everybody took the mickey out of him, and I think he learned how to survive because he wasn't the strongest wizard, so he had to survive. So he had to end up being kind of nasty to get through, really. Yeah, so, yeah, I felt sorry for him a bit, but, you know, he's not very nice.
You've been in so many movies. Is there a film that you would like to be in, but you weren't?
Movies I'd like to have been in that I'm not. I'd like to have been in Mary Poppins. Yeah, I love Mary Poppins. And an old film called A Matter of Life and Death, made thousands of years ago.
You've worked with loads of film stars. Who's the nicest person you've worked with?
The nicest film stars. I've worked with quite a few, yeah. But do you know what? They've all been pretty nice. But I've just worked with Christian Bale, who was very lovely. And I worked with Tom Cruise, he was lovely. And Clint Eastwood, oh yeah, lovely. No, I think, no, I haven't got a bad word to say anything about anybody. No, even if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Did you want to be an actor when you were growing up?
No, when I was a little boy, I wanted to be firstly, I wanted to be a fireman, and then I wanted to be an architect, person who designs buildings and makes them, and then I did the school play, and then I wanted to be an actor.
Your son Rafe is an actor. Have you ever worked with him?
Yes, my son Rafe is an actor, yeah, and yes, we have worked together. We worked together on a thing called Room with a View, which is a very famous book, and we played father and son. And a friend of mine thought we were very convincing. I'd hope so, wouldn't you?
When he was younger and he wanted to follow your footsteps into acting, did you encourage him or try and put him off?
No, I didn't encourage him and I didn't discourage him. When he told me he wanted to be an actor, I was a bit nervous. I had to find out whether he could act or not. He was only young, about 15, so I had to watch him doing auditions, and then I realised he could act. And then I said to him, if you wanting to be an actor's not enough, if you have to be, then I can't stop you. And I didn't stop him. Anyway, he's really good, isn't he? So I'm very, very pleased that he turned out to be an actor, and a very good one, and a very nice person. So what do you want to be when you grow up, Albert?
I would love to be an engineer or a chat show host.
Well, good luck with that, Albert. No, I'm sure you'll do really well.
Do you know, Timothy, I've been on TV.
Have you? Been on telly? No, I didn't know that. What have you been on?
I've been on Casualty and a Panorama special.
Oh, right. Casualty, Panorama. Well, interesting.
What acting tips will you give me if I go down this route?
I don't know. To be on telly a lot? To be an actor would help, wouldn't it? Or an interviewer. You could be an interviewer. Or you have your own show, couldn't you? You got your own show now, so why not just carry on doing this and see how it works out? What acting tips have I got if you want to be an actor? Well, acting is only telling a story. It's only being part of a story, being inside a story. So when you read a story, you like to believe that the characters are real, don't you? That they're real and that they've turned up, and you think, I believe what they're saying. So you just have to be real and be a part of a story. And remember that your character is important and not you. And it doesn't matter whether you're famous or not. The important thing is you're in a story that people like to watch and learn from sometimes, maybe, and enjoy.
Thanks, Timothy. My daddy says that All or Nothing is one of his favourite films. When you've looked back at all the films you've done, do you have a favourite one? Or maybe one you're most proud of?
Oh, my favourite films are All or Nothing, yes. I did my favourite film I've ever been in, because I had to learn how to be a painter as well. For a long time was a film called Mr. Turner. Mr. Turner, about a famous artist who lived a long time ago. And then I ended up being a painter.
What's next for you? A TV show or a movie?
What's next up for me? I've just finished a film where I've played an old man who thinks he's Santa Claus. Aha, yes, is he Santa Claus? He might be, he might not be, but there we are.
It was so much fun with you, Tim, but sadly our time's come to the end. But we do have time for my quick 5 questions. Here we go. What's your most annoying habit?
My most annoying habit, I suppose, probably saying stupid things when people are trying to watch television. Particularly if I don't like it, I can't keep my mouth shut. Not very nice, is it? I'm annoying, very annoying.
Do you prefer sweets or chocolate?
Oh, chocolate, yes. I love chocolate. Try not to eat too much of it, but I do like it. And I like sweets. Jakeman's I like, cough sweets. You probably wouldn't like them.
What's your favourite movie to watch?
Favourite movie? I think one of my favourite movies ever, and I'd like to have been in it, like I said before, was Mary Poppins. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
What is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure? Ooh, what have you got any? Oh, I know, watching Flog It all the time. Flog It, a program about people selling their old things in auctions. I've watched each one of them. There's thousands of them. I've seen them all about 5 times. Yeah, and they keep on now, and they're on now, and I love it. My wife and I watch it all the time. I love it.
If you had to change your name, what would it be?
What if I changed my name? I love silly names, you see. I'd like to have about 16 different names a week. So I like making up silly names like Charlie Onion, Tiggy Tiggy Wiggy Wiggy Cupboard, Vauxhall Viva McTavish Style, banana shoes, banana shoes. Yes, banana shoes. Why? What's wrong with that? Apple fritter O'Toole. Gordon. I just like making up silly names. They really are silly, ridiculous actually, aren't they?
What would be your superpower and why?
My superpower, I would be kindness. I would be Mr. Kind. I'd go around making sure if people are about to be cruel or they're thinking about being unpleasant, I'd say, be kind. And I'd be kind. Anybody being horrible would be kind. They couldn't help themselves for the rest of their lives. I'd be the Kindo man.
What's your best accent you can do?
Can I do accents? What's my favourite accent? I think I like to do a Birmingham accent, but it's more like a black country accent, really. It's because I did it, a character from the black country, which is in the Midlands, near Birmingham. Oh.
Well, Tim, I've had a great time in this interview. I got one more thing to ask you before you go.
That's okay, Albert. Yeah, what's that then?
Well, it's a little bit embarrassing, really.
Is it? Oh, don't be embarrassed. Just tell me. What is it?
Well, okay, there's somebody I fancy in my school. How do I go about asking them out or seeing if they like me?
Oh, well, somebody you like to go. Well, just be nice to them. Just be kind, like you would, like with everybody else. Just be a nice person. I'm sure you're lovely. Just be kind to them, and then if they want to go out of you, they might want to carry on because they like you. That's all it is. No secrets. Just be nice. And yourself.
Thanks, Timothy. If you're ever in South Wales, give me a shout. Bye, Timothy. Wow, wasn't he a nice bloke? Tune in next week to see who my next special guest will be. But for now, that's me, Albert Clohawk, over and out. Bye.